After the encounter with Jungkook last time about divorce, Van didn't knew when she slept last night, but when she opened her eyes today, she didn't find Jungkook on the bed. She looked here and there, but he was nowhere. She went inside the washroom and got freshened up and made her way to downstairs. Van came inside the kitchen in search of her husband and she found him there making breakfast. She paused and looked at him. How nice he was, a perfect husband material. Her heart was getting tightened with the thought that they will get divorced and once again she will be alone. She came back on earth when she listened to his voice. Didn't I told you before? Why only drooling? You can even touch me. I'm all yours. Vine was taken back by his answer that how flirty he was being even after knowing that they will be separated soon. Still standing there, Jungkook chuckled and settled the table. Then he went towards her and pulled her arm and made her sit on the table. Brian was looking at him like a lost puppy. JK, let's have breakfast or it will get cold like your look. Brian looked at him with confusion and he sighed. He dragged Brian's chair toward his and then held her hands and kissed at the back and said, listen, Brian, I know that before marriage I didn't know about your condition. I got played by my own parents. And yesterday when I came to know about your condition, I was broken, hurt and sad. I was feeling many emotions and all of them were not good. But after fighting with my thoughts, I understood that no matter what happened, we both are not at the fault, especially you. You don't have to do anything with that. It's not your fault that you are like this. That's what God has decided for you, and we can't do anything in it. And yes, I accept you the way you are because you are most precious soul in my eyes. You are my everything, you are my peace, you are my love, my wife, and no matter what, we will never part our ways. Jungkook said, looking in her eyes while having a soft smile on his face. Fine, but Jungkook, JK, nothing fine. I have made my decision and I know you also don't want to get separate from me. Vine couldn't hold herself anymore and she hugged him tightly, which he replied back. Vine, I love you, Jungkook. JK, I love you more, I love you more. They both broke the hug and settled and had their breakfast. Soon they got distracted with the loud noises. They both looked at each other and decided to go in the living room. When they came inside the living room, they saw Mr. and Mrs. John. They were debating with Mr. and Mrs. Kim. Vine and Jungkook went towards them. JK, what are you guys doing here? Mr. John turned towards Jungkook and said, Jungkook, just give divorce to this girl. We don't need her here. Jungkook and Vine became shocked and looked at each other when Mrs. John said, yes, divorce her. We literally got lost in our business shares because of these games. Vine looked at her parents and Jungkook closed his eyes in anger because he was on the verge of losing his patience. Mr. Kim, why are you not listening to my side, Mr. John? I had already told you that your this deal will bring you only loss, Mr. John. We don't want to listen to anything. We are over. Jungkook, enough. I don't want to listen to your any nonsense. Dad, just leave from here, Mrs. John. Jungkook, you don't know anything about them. Leave this girl. Jungkook, I told you if you guys are done talking, then you can leave me and my wife alone. Mrs. Jung, she can't even give you any happiness. Jungkook, divorce her and we will find another woman for you. Jungkook, well, there is a difference. She is giving me that happiness which you guys never gave me. And yes, I already know everything you have. You don't have to fake it now. Mr. and Mrs. Jung knew they got busted in front of their son. Jungkook went towards Ryan's parents and said, look, uncle, I am not a man who look in the past. I accept your daughter because she is the best for me and I know I am best for her. I promise you I will make her the happiest woman in the world. Mr. Kim, I know that's why we selected you for our daughter. We trust you. Jungkook smiled, but then his smile faded even when he looked at his parents. JK, I am happy that you got a loss in your business and now you will also lose your son. First, you made me married to that girl who cheated. And then, just for some, you hide this from me. I will be happy without you guys. Saying that, Jungkook pulled Ryan's hand and went inside the room, leaving his family in guilt. Both husband and wife were cuddling on bed. JK kissed Ryan's forehead and looked at ceiling like he was thinking something. Ryan, you okay? JK looked at her and smiled softly. Yes, love, and you? Ryan nodded and hugged him tightly. After a few minutes, JK stood up from the bed and said, let's go. Ryan looked at him confused. Where? I want you to come with me right now. Ryan was about to ask again, but Jungkook picked her up in his arm and dashed out of the house. Ryan found herself standing outside the building. Ryan orphanage house. JK looked at her and nodded with a smile. JK, let's make our family big by giving love to the one who are seeking it. Ryan looked at Jungkook and hugged him tightly. She was already having tears in her eyes. JK, who said we can't get kids? Let's go inside and make our family complete. Ryan broke the hug and JK wiped her tears and they both held each other's hands and went inside the orphanage house. Both of them adopted a 5-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl. After 1 year, 6-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl were playing in the living area where their attention went on the door of the house, which got open and they saw their dad coming inside all tired from his office. Without wasting a second, they ran towards them. Jungkook saw his kids who were coming towards him. He smiled and bent down on his knees and encouraged both of them kids in the arm. Jungwoo, we missed you, Dada. Every me also. Jungkook chuckled and broke the hug and kissed on their forehead and said, so missed you too. JK picked them up in his arms and went inside and sat on the couch, having them on his lap. Soon he smiled brightly when he saw his wife, Ryan, approaching him. Ryan bent down to kiss him, but before that, Abby put her hands on JK's lips and said, no, my place. She made an angry pout and they all chuckled at how much she was possessive for her father. Ryan, okay then don't come to me at night for sleeping. Soon Eddie made a crying sound, but they were fast enough to handle her. Jungkook's her daily drama. Jungkook said with a chuckle, but soon got a smack on his head from Eddie, making all of them chuckle. Well, that was their family's daily drama. JK and Ryan completed their family, and now they were living their best life together as a happy family.